Hi boys and girls, it's Mr. Yates, and in this video I'm going to explain to you the mentor passage assignment for Wednesday, April 15th. And this one is a little different than our usual mentor passage assignment, so I wanted to make sure you understood what you were doing and give you an example of how to complete it successfully. As you may have noticed, this mentor passage assignment is going to be on Flipgrid. And because of that, we're going to ask you to present something. And in this one, we're going to be asking you to, based on the mentor passage, we're going to ask you to draw a picture of Dune and label your drawing with text. And I'll just put this up here front and center so you can see it. Based on the mentor passage, you're going to draw a picture of Dune and label your drawing with text from the mentor passage. Then you're going to record a video of you explaining your picture. Take a look at the directions video for details on how to do this assignment. And that's basically, you've already taken a look at the direction video because you're watching it right now. There's also a link here for the mentor passage, so you could actually click on it and it'll pop up right here on your screen, so you'll see the mentor passage. Now, boys and girls, what I want to do is I want to model what I mean by drawing a picture and labeling your drawing with text from the passage. I don't want to necessarily draw a picture of Dune for you because that would defeat the purpose of you drawing a picture of Dune. So what I want to do is I'll give you an example of what I want you to do by using this passage instead. Do not use this passage in this video. This is just an example passage of what I want you to do. So I'm going to pretend that this is the passage that is our mentor passage. And I'm going to show you what I would do if I was given the assignment. This mentor passage is describing a man, King Henry VIII. And I'm going to use only the words in this description to draw him. What I want to do is I want to read it first, and then I'll go through and think what I want to say. So before him at a little distance reclined a very large and very fat man with a wide, pulpy face and a stern expression. His large head was very gray, and his whiskers, which he only wore around his face like a frame, were gray also. His clothing was of rich stuff, but old and slightly frayed in places. On one of his swollen legs had a pillow under it and was wrapped in bandages. There's a lot of description here, so I'm going to use that to help draw my description of it. So it says here the word reclined. I noticed that word, so I know this person, someone's probably going to be sitting maybe at a king, probably like a royal couch of some sort. Maybe he was just sitting there. And I'll put that here, so I'll show him. And it says reclining, a very large and fat man. So I'm going to kind of draw a big guy. Maybe I'll zoom in here so you kind of see what I'm doing. And I'm going to, let's see. So I'll draw him reclining right here. And maybe I'll have an arm here so it doesn't look too weird. Now, some things I'm going to label right now from the text. The text said reclined. So I want to show that I use the word reclined here. That's why he's laying back on his chair. And then he was kind of large guy, maybe a little more roly-poly and larger. So I'm going to say that he was, as the text said, large and very fat. So I'll make sure I put those words too. Large and very fat. I want to use the exact words that I use from the text and label it in my description. Then it said he had a wide, pulpy face and a stern expression. So I'm going to draw stern expression. So very like no nonsense. I'm the king, so I'm not very, and he's kind of wide, kind of got a bigger head. And I'll put a little ear there. And so what I want to do here is I want to show you he's got a wide face. It's wide, it's not narrow. And there's that stern expression. Notice how his eyebrows are kind of, he looks very serious. Stern means serious. So I'm going to write stern expression. Notice how every word I'm using is actually from the passage because I'm showing how the words from the passage are helping me to determine how I'm going to draw the picture. Very gray, so that's kind of nice. I can kind of maybe shadow it in with some grayness here with my pencil. Got a gray face, so he's gray. And it says here that he had his whiskers, that's a beard, which he only wore around his face. So I don't know how to, maybe like this. I can label whiskers. There. His clothing was his rich stuff. So maybe later on I'll add some like very fancy drawings here. Fancy, but they're old and slightly frayed. So I definitely could add like a little bit of like in his drawing here, maybe some clothes and show that they're old and slightly frayed. That means a little bit ripped in places. And one of his swollen legs, maybe I'll make this leg a little bit more puffy and say it's swollen. And maybe later on, maybe I can add a pillow underneath it here to show that he's got a pillow there too. And remember, I'm not using any words that I didn't use from the text. So pillow is from the text, so is swollen. So I want to make sure that anything I draw in my text here or draw in my picture is actually described using words from the mentor passage only. Now, there's actually even more that I could have done here with the drawing, but I didn't want to take too long in the video. And I wanted to show you just an example of how I want you to draw your picture, and then you can actually present it exactly the same way that I did here. Just talking about the words that you use and how it matches what you drew in the picture. If you do that and submit a video for me, you'll be making sure that your assignment is exactly what was required of you. If you have any questions, as always, you can email me or Ms. Garcia. Thank you, boys and girls, and I look forward to seeing your pictures. Bye-bye.